It's morning in the CSPD Investigations Bureau, and rookie homicide detective Joe Kenda is keeping his nose to the grindstone. He's been on the job less than a year.
Hey, Kenda.
Yes, Sergeant.
I might have a case for you. You up to it?
Absolutely, sir.
Sergeant Baines was my sergeant in the Crimes Against Persons unit, as it was called at that time.
Young woman died, hit by a car. Traffic unit investigated, and they originally thought it was an accident, but they wanted us to take a look just to make sure.
And who's the victim?
Her name was Wanda Murray.
On the night of the accident, traffic investigators questioned the driver who hit Wanda, a man named Charles Clark.
It just happened so fast. I didn't mean to do it.
You're going to be okay. Just walk me through what happened.
So Charles Clark, driving on Academy, has this car pass him, and he realizes it's going pretty fast. He thought, I wonder if I'm going the speed limit. So he looks down for a second, and then, like, wham, he's hit something.
It shocked him. He looked in the rearview mirror, immediately stopped his car, slamming on the brakes, and realized he had hit a person.
After administering the breathalyzer, traffic investigators checked to see if the physical evidence matched Charles Clark's statement.
It looks more like he ran over her rather than hitting her and striking her down.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any damage to the bumper.
And though Charles Clark hadn't been drinking at the time of the accident, the same can't be said for the victim.
Boy, you smell that?
Yeah, she hit the bottle hard tonight.
Might seem unbelievable, but you can actually smell alcohol in human blood at a death scene.
According to the crime scene report, a trail of blood and skin tissue led up to where the victim's mangled body lay.
I'd say she got hit over there and dragged all the way down to here.
Everything about this crime scene said accident.
Skid marks clearly indicated that he stopped after he struck the victim, which would tell us he didn't see her beforehand. Charles Clark was not charged in this case. The physical evidence showed that he did not do anything wrong.
As far as the police are concerned, the matter's closed.
It looks like your standard auto versus pedestrian. What do you need homicide to do?
All I know is when the coroner's office looked at the body, it raised a red flag.
So we should go see what's up, right, Sarge?
You got it.
Miss Wanda Murray. I'm still waiting on some test results, but I noticed something very odd when I was going through her organs.
What's that?
Well, let me back up a little bit. She was run over, right? Severe injuries to the outside, severe injuries to the inside, too.
She had extensive tears to her lungs, her heart, her liver when the car hit her. But the exception was that she didn't have any bleeding associated with those injuries.
Oh.
And what's that mean?
It means that those injuries were caused post-mortem.
So in other words, she was already dead before that car ever came near her.
The medical examiner believed that Wanda actually died of possibly strangulation or blunt force head trauma, and that the motor vehicle accident happened afterwards.
So Sergeant Baines and myself and other detectives arrive at the scene of this accident on Academy Boulevard 4 days later in the daytime.
It hasn't rained since the accident, leaving stains of dried blood spread across the pavement.
The evidence shows her body was lying there, partially in the traffic lane when the car ran over her. Was she walking down the street when she encountered her killer and was strangled? 4 days later, it's impossible to say.
However, the surrounding area gives Kenda an idea. He knows this stretch of road is basically deserted around 2 a.m.
No possibility of any witnesses having seen anything. The perfect place to dump a body.
Hoping to learn whatever they can about Wanda Murray, the detectives head to her last known address, the home of Reverend James McMurn and his wife Mary.
The Reverend James McMurn and his wife Mary were pillars of the community. We talked to Mary and said why we were there, and she was very distressed, of course, by this news.
That girl's life was nothing but misery. It just seems like she could never catch a break.
Wanda was the classic example of a lost childhood. She had a baby when she was still in high school. She dropped out of school.
Come on, babies.
Wanda was separated, divorced from her husband, who kept the children.
And?
She's done her time for shoplifting. And the Reverend and I met her at one of the inmates' ministry programs we ran for women.
They decided to sponsor her for her parole and actually give her a place to stay because she didn't have anything.
Mary said when Wanda first came there were no issues at all.
But no one would hire her with that criminal conviction. It really wore on her. I think that's how she lost her faith.
How so?
She had problems with alcohol, and when she was drinking, she started having some very wide mood swings.
What in the world?
I'm just trying to make a sandwich. Can I eat in peace?
Can I make you a sandwich?
Oh, just stop, okay?
Mary says that she would go from being aggressive to very quiet, to not saying or doing anything.
We tried to help her, but after a few months, we just asked her to leave.
Do you know where she went?
She said Wanda had been staying with a party by the name of Luther Brown.
Luther was a lieutenant in the Air Force living out at Peterson Air Force Base.
So Luther becomes instantly interesting. He is someone connected to her.
I actually can't believe she's dead.
So our question to him is simple. Tell us about Wanda and tell us about you and Wanda.
He noted that they had a very volatile relationship. There were times where they fought. Wanda drank. When she drank, she had a Jekyll Hyde kind of attitude.
Get out of my way, Luther.
No.
I'm not.
No, you're not driving my car. You're drunk. You're gonna get somebody killed. Cut it out. Stop. Whoa. Stop it.
Give me my key. Who are you calling?
Security.
Luther.
I need you guys at 13C.
Give me.
Right away. Thank you. What are you doing? Like, I just want you safe. Like, what are you doing?
He called security. He was not gonna mess around and see if she was serious about it.
So, Luther, when was the last time you saw Wanda?
It was about 5 or 6 days ago. I couldn't take it anymore, so I broke up with her.
He kicked her out of his apartment the day before her death. Interesting.
And where were you the night of Wanda's death? After she moved out?
I was home. I was on base with some friends. I didn't leave that night.
I'm looking into that.
Sure thing, Sergeant.
After a few attempts, Kenda finally reaches the Air Force MPs who responded to Luther Brown's initial disturbance call.
The officers gave Luther Brown a glowing review. They said he was a well-respected officer, and they were able to verify his version of the chain of events. He was not the aggressor. Wanda was the aggressor.
All right, well, I appreciate the information.
Any idea where Wanda went to stay after she left your apartment?
Yeah, of course. She has a friend named Dee Dee. Dee Dee Smith, that's the only person I can think of.
Wanda was Wanda.
Dee Dee knew Wanda was capable of mood swings. So Dee Dee says that day, just after Luther had kicked her in the street, she was wild. She was really upset.
Dee Dee was able to say she'd gone out to her local favorite watering hole, which was the Cloud 9.
Did you go with her?
Me? No, I don't go out on weeknights. I told her to have a good time, don't be out too late, but she never came home.
Bayans and Kenda head to the Cloud 9 nightclub.
I'm Willie Hicks. I run security around here.
Willie Hicks was a bouncer in a bad place, but Willie was a military policeman at Fort Carson. This was an extra job for him. So we knew Willie was a straight shooter with us.
Do you know a customer named Wanda Murray?
Yeah, I heard she got hit by a car on Academy Boulevard. That's awful, man.
We think she was killed before that happened. We're investigating this as a homicide.
Really?
He says, well, I know who did it, man. I know who killed her then.
The night Wanda died, he saw her drinking with a friend named Faye Greer.
She was drinking excessively.
According to Willie, the trouble started when an Army vet by the name of Kevin Milroy showed up.
Kevin Milroy was Faye Greer's ex-boyfriend. She had broken up with him 3 weeks earlier.
Hey, baby, how are you? You doing all right? You looking good, girl.
He really wanted to get Faye back. He was convinced he could talk her into moving back in, and that was his goal.
Faye didn't want to speak with him, kept sending him away. He didn't really take no for an answer.
Willie said that Wanda was very protective of her gender and would instantly confront a male to stop the behavior of the male being verbally abusive toward a female.
Kevin, you already heard what she said. Now get the hell out of here and leave her alone.
Bitch, this between me and my wife. Stay out of it.
Look, you son of a bitch. She's not your wife, and she ain't going to be either. Now get the hell out of my face before I get you kicked out of here.
And this angered Kevin. to the point where he actually threatened her.
Bitch, I'll kill you.
Oh, you gonna kill me? I dare you to
break this up or everybody getting the up out of here.
Willie explains that Faye eventually agreed to talk to Kevin in private. But just minutes after they stepped outside,
There's a fight out here!
So now everybody piles outside. And there's Kevin. And there's Faye. And Faye's lip is split, and she's got blood all over her face.
You make me sick to my stomach.
What happened?
He just hit me in my mouth.
Honey, go inside and get some ice. You're done. That's it for you, buddy. Man, get your ass out of here.
the following afternoon, Kenda and Bayan summoned Kevin Milroy to the station for questioning.
We know about the fight you had with Faye and Wanda at the club. What we need to know is what happened outside.
What do you mean? Well, you can start by telling us how Faye got that bloody lip.
No. And Kevin says, she hit my elbow with her mouth.
Okay, so however it happened, Faye ended up on the wrong end of your elbow. But you're saying that's the end of it?
Mm-hmm.
And you're saying you never put your hands on Wanda Murray that night?
Huh? Did you choke her? Did you put your hands on her throat?
No. Once the bouncer told me to leave, that's when I left.
And then you drove home?
No, I walked home.
He says his car was damaged and was actually in the shop.
If Kevin's story is true, it would be impossible for him to have dumped Wanda's body by the side of the road.
Academy Boulevard is about 6 miles as the crow flies from this nightclub. When we talked to Faye Greer, she has a seriously injured mouth.
I'll go ahead and have a seat.
When Baines asked her what happened to her mouth, she was unwilling to even say.
So instead, they switched to a seemingly innocent topic.
Faye, can I ask you, does Kevin own a vehicle?
He did, but he wrecked it a few weeks ago. And that idiot is too broke to pay for a mechanic.
And he hasn't been borrowing anyone else's during this whole time?
No, as a matter of fact, everyone's tired of him bumming rides all the time.
Well, he can't get from that nightclub to the Academy Boulevard in the time provided by any other means except an automobile, and he doesn't have one. So Faye ultimately confirms Kevin's alibi.
So Faye, what happened after Kevin split?
Well, my lip was hurt pretty badly.
This is terrible. That looks real bad. You need to go to the hospital.
Yeah, I probably do.
Yeah?
Oh,
You want
girl.
me to go with you?
No. Go ahead on and go and have fun. I'll see you later.
All right, well, I'm probably just gonna go to Ouija's, but I can come with you if you
No.
want me to.
I'll see you later. Have fun tonight. Bye. That was the last time I saw her.
So Wanda was headed to Ouija's.
Yeah. It was around 1 a.m.
So Faye said goodbye, and an hour later, Wanda's dead. Odds are Ouija's was her last stop.
Bayans and Kenda want to speak with the late-night bartender there, who's been a help to police on previous cases.
Were you working the bar Monday night at closing time?
Yeah.
Do you remember Wanda Murray being in there? Oh yeah, Wanda was in there.
This well-dressed guy came in, and he sat next to Wanda and ordered a beer. And that's kind of perked her up.
Thank you.
So, what kind of trouble are you trying to get into tonight?
Me?
Sandy says they just kind of quietly talked at the bar. That's unusual for Wanda, because usually Wanda's not quiet.
And then when they gave the last call at 1:45, everybody cleared out, including Wanda.
Paul, get her back in here. She didn't pay for her last one.
Paul Morris immediately followed her outside.
Wanda rather rudely told him that she'd paid for the drink and to leave her alone.
Well, don't come back here unless you can pay your tab.
Whatever.
He sees Wanda get in the car with an individual that she'd been drinking with.
According to Paul Morris, this exchange transpired at precisely 2 a.m.
By 2:20, Wanda Murray's dead.
Any idea who the guy was?
Never saw him before, but he was dressed well and drove a silver station wagon.
And I'm finally feeling confident we're going to solve this. When Sergeant Baines informs me that everything we thought about this case is dead wrong.
Take a look for yourself. Honestly, I've never seen anything like this before.
What?
You mean our homicide just became a natural death?
Perplexed, Baynes and Kenda head over to the coroner's office for an explanation.
I'm sorry. I was right about the asphyxiation, but I had the cause all wrong.
When the toxicology reports came back, the medical examiner realized that Wanda Murray was hypoglycemic. She had a low blood sugar, and this could account for her death.
And basically, she had diabetes and died of it.
There is no murder, so we sit there in stunned silence at this news.
I suspect Wanda didn't even know she had the disease, and her drinking certainly exacerbated her condition. If she took so much that her body couldn't process it, could trigger a diabetic coma.
Kenda believes the toxicology report also explains Wanda's peculiar behavior whenever she drank.
Just stop, okay?
One of the symptoms of hypoglycemia is mood swings from action to lethargy. So here we have Wanda Pearl Murray, age 29. She's been kicked out of her apartment by her boyfriend. She's morose. She doesn't think about dinner, she thinks about drinking. She finally winds up at her last stop, the neighborhood bar.
So?
And she meets a man at the bar, and she leaves with him.
Kenda believes that as they drove down Academy Boulevard, Wanda apparently passed out. But in fact, what was happening was that Wanda's organs were slowly shutting down.
Diabetics are at risk of hypoglycemia with alcohol consumption, particularly if they haven't eaten.
Until finally,
Wanda.
her respiratory system failed.
Hey, are you okay?
The clue which originally led them to believe she had been strangled.
Wanda.
She literally stopped breathing, causing her to die of asphyxia. When the breathing stopped, so did her life.
Oh, God.
And he looks over at her and realizes she's dead in the car. He panics. He's not thinking, he's reacting. He shoves her out of his car into the street. He just disposes of her.
Moments later, an unsuspecting Charles Clark runs over Wanda's lifeless body. Due to the unusual nature of the case, Kenda and Baynes must get permission to pursue their suspect for the charge of abusing a corpse.
So Sergeant Baynes and I go to the district attorney's office to plead our case.
Nada. Even if we did win the case, we're looking at a small fine and maybe a month in jail. And honestly, we probably wouldn't even win. We can't pursue this with our limited resources.
I understand. Thank you for your time, sir.
This just isn't right. That guy dumped that poor girl on the side of the road like she was a piece of garbage. We can't just let him get away with it.
He said, well, you're young and you're new. I bet you don't feel so young and so new right now. And I didn't.
Son, we're not in the opinion business. It's our job to collect evidence. It's about what we can prove. And right now, we can't prove he did anything more than a petty misdemeanor.
He was making a point. This won't be your first bad experience.